Давай, начни.
Hello viewers, I am Sergey Maximov, and today in the studio we have a guest, Kostya Tarasov, whose specialization is human-like creatures that are called Neanderthals.
Yes, thank you, Sergey. And I'd like to start our interview, and you can ask me your questions.
So the first question I have for you is how did you initially start to like the theme of our interview, the Neanderthals?
I decided to study Neanderthals when I was 12 years old in school. One of my classmates, one girl in my class, looked exactly like Neanderthal, which I first time saw on our history lesson, and that's why I was very surprised and I decided to study into that matter because there was written that they were extinct, but I could see a living example of Neanderthal.
Hmm, how interesting. Never would have thought that that's exactly the reason for you to study Neanderthals. So, the second question I have is why have you decided to work in this narrow line of research that are Neanderthals?
Uh, I started by getting closer to that girl, and I thought that researching her and maybe her parents might be a very great idea. So on her birthday, she invited the whole class to her house to have a party, and I was surprised to see that she actually lived in a normal house, but not in a cave. And when I came there, came inside and met her parents, I was astonished, but I was feeling relieved that my theory was right, and her parents also looked like Neanderthals.
Okay, so that's how it is, right? But then I must ask you, why did you not continue to study that girl, and get closer to her? Because if that's such an interesting example of a Neanderthal, then you should have definitely pursued her more.
Well, the thing is, after this party, her family moved out of the city and she left the school, so I could never see her again.
Oh no, that's a terrible loss. But I hope there's someone like that other than that girl, and you can continue your study.
Yes, I actually thought about that, but in my view, if the people are still not speaking about themselves in the media, they don't want to be found. And that is why we don't have to pursue them in order to just get some.
Yeah, right. So then let's move on to some other questions. As I know, Neanderthals actually went extinct and Homo sapiens did not. So, what is the reason for that and why actually Neanderthals extinct and humans still live today?
Well, as you might have already known, the first basic reason was, the thing is that there was a war between them, and they had many different differences. So the first thing is that Homo sapiens used more difficult and efficient tools for hunting and for fighting Neanderthals.
Right. So that's pretty interesting, but I know one other theory, and that theory is that in the Neanderthal community there was no division of labor, while in the human society, even at that time, some people were dedicated to, for example, work up a fire, some other people were to catch fish or maybe to hunt, and other people were builders. Like for example, they were building everyone houses, while other people got the food. So, is that right?
Yes, you're totally right. Well, I can see that you did your homework well and you came prepared for this interview.
Yeah, I'm interested in tools too.
Yes, And this one reason is very close to another one. It is that the Homo sapiens were actually much more socialized and had better system of society. By this I mean that Neanderthals lived in small communes where people didn't actually talk or relate to each other. But in the Homo sapiens communes, there were a lot of people who were participating in different kinds of activities together, and that is one other reason why Homo sapiens won. And another thing is that you might have not known. Homo sapiens already domesticated dogs by that period, and they used them for hunting and for fighting the Neanderthal.
That's really interesting. Actually, I would have never thought that there are so much ways the Neanderthals could actually extinct, and not only one. One other way I've heard is some maybe climate change. Do you think that is possible?
Yes, but I think that all of these reasons came to brought the extinction of the Neanderthals together. And if maybe not one of them, they could have won, and they won't be us.
Yeah,
there would be
among us, yeah. Well, that was great. Thanks for the interview, Mr. Tarasov. And see you next time.
Yes, bye.